Hello and welcome to episode 26 of the BitSocket podcast. I am Scott White.
And I am back again. It's me, Joe Merrick.
We tried to get Richie back, but he was otherwise engaged.
I listened to your podcast you did with him while I was away.
You?
Yeah. It's better than the rest of them, so
really?
So well done.
Did you actually, honestly, did you feel a bit jealous?
No, actually it was nice to hear it as just a complete blind listener.
So this means when you go up to folk and tell them that it's the best podcast they can listen to, you're coming now from I'm not in one episode. I'm not biased. I'm not biased.
It's a completely impartial point of view.
Impartial Joe. It's old impartial Joe.
Yeah, but we have to be.
We have to be. Exactly. So Joe, you've been in Japan?
I have been in Japan.
That's all we're going to talk about.
Konnichiwa.
Konnichiwa. Oh.
See what I've picked up a couple of words.
You're like a native. He's talking like he was born to it.
Actually, I've got a funny story about this.
Go on, lay it on me.
Right, okay. So I went with Nicole and Danny and all that.
Yeah.
A bunch of people we know from various podcasts and Twitter. Mm-hmm. All brilliant people, brilliant guys. Had a fantastic time with them.
Did you go to that Total Biscuit?
No, he was busy.
All right, cool.
But Nicole, he was like her dad on the trip, right? He had learned a bit of Japanese before going,
yeah,
and it was quite handy because at restaurants he would ask for the bill, things like that. He would ask for directions. He's very good. But we got in a taxi one night. Mm-hmm. By the way, Japanese taxis are the coolest taxis ever. And we were going back, and we were almost passing our hotel.
Uh-huh.
And Nicole was trying to get the taxi driver to stop, so he had like 3 different Japanese phrases for "Can you please let us out?"
Yeah.
Can you stop? And every time the driver was just like, "Huh, huh, huh?" And I just turned around to the driver and went, "Stop!" And the guy was like, "Oh, stop!" and stopped the car. So that was so just bashing your way through with English is probably the way to go.
It's pretty much what the British have been doing for thousands of years. So.
Yeah, our imperialistic attitude is.
Well done, us.
Well done.
Well done.
Anyway, but since I've been away, what have you been playing?
What have I been playing? Well, do you know, actually, at one point, and I've actually still got it written in front of me, because I've played so many games, I'd tried to write 10 words per game.
Have you got them written there?
I've got them here, right?
Right, go on.
Okay, so games I've been playing.
Right.
Bloodborne. Amazing game. Looking forward to dying even more soon. Hard.
Right.
Titan Souls. Boss rush game, like Colossus, tricky with great music. Xenoblade 3DS. God tier JRPG, great fun, lots of pocket fun. Monado. Right, some of these I was running. Monado. Box Boy. Best puzzle game this year, great learning curve, must buy. Pillars of Eternity. Barely scraped the surface, lovely atmosphere and fun to play. Tower of Guns. Quite good fun, interesting idea, not an essential. And Never Alone. Interesting idea, educational and fun and co-op.
I can't decide whether you sound like you're doing the top 10 or you're doing bingo.
Never Alone. Number 2.
That should be a thing. We should do 10 word reviews. That's quite good. I like that.
Well, I've played a lot of games. Yeah. Out of those, if you were to say, what game should I go and buy right now?
Yeah. What game should I go buy right now?
Box Boy.
Oh, right.
Box Boy on the 3DS is one of the best puzzle games I've played.
Looks really good.
Quite a while. And it's like it's less than a $5.
Right.
And I think I've put it's really long. Like you get 17 worlds to play through, and each world has at least, I think it's 5 or 6 stages.
That's quite a lot.
And then once you've completed it, it unlocks like 3 or 4 more worlds with even more stages. And you can put your guy in put a cape on him and fucking stuff like that. It's brilliant. It's a really, really good game.
Well, I'm going away on holiday again soon, so I might have to pick it up for the plane.
You're not going to get Xenoblade?
I don't know, I might. I've got it for the Wii, so...
The Monado.
It's
random.
I might, I don't know. I do like the idea of having it in my pocket, but I don't like the idea of not being able to twitch Japanese voices.
Alison was listening to me play it, and just over and over again, what a bunch of jokers. It's like fighting like a level 1 bunny rabbit or something. What a bunch of jokers.
That authentic Japanese RPG feel.
Alison was disgusted with me when I was saying like, in the starting area you fight, enemies don't really attack you, so you have to attack them. She was like, what are enemies are there? It's like, bunnies.
Nah, yeah, it's like just rabbits that you fight.
Leveling up, killing a rabbit. But it's good. It is good. What about you, Joe? What have you been playing?
Well, I was planning to play a lot of games on the plane to Japan and back, but I ended up just watching films.
What did you watch?
Edge of Tomorrow.
Oh, do you like it?
Yeah, it was quite good.
I like it.
It's funnier than I thought it was going to be. Like I was quite enjoyed how funny it was. So I watched Pacific Rim, which I kind of half liked.
Is that the first time you've seen it?
I kind of half loved it and half didn't like it. It's weird. Like, there's bits of it I really loved.
Were other folk on the way to Japan glaring at you because you're watching like a kind of rubbish kaiju movie?
Yeah. Well, also the Wolf Children and Summer Wars were on. Yeah, no, there's a lot of great films, but since getting home, I've tucked right into the Final Fantasy 15 demo.
Have you?
Okay, I never got a chance to play it properly before I went, and I love it. I love it so much. It's
really?
Probably Kim. I was playing it last night, and Kim was actually like, "Why are you playing that? It's a demo. You know, is that you're just wasting the valuable video games time?
Yeah,
because you have to play it again when the game comes out.
Yeah,
and I'm like, no, Kim, it's not like that.
You put your big sweaty finger over her mouth.
No, it's great. I really I love the fighting system. I love how much have you played of it?
Maybe a couple hours.
Right, okay. You need to. Right, have you finished it? Have you got the?
No.
Right, okay. When you finish it, and then there's more stuff you can find, and the things you find unlock more moves for you.
Oh,
so
right.
the fighting system gets even more mental.
Yeah.
And do you remember the first trailer for Final Fantasy 13 Versus, where he's walking down the stairs and there's all these sort of ethereal sword things defending him?
Yeah.
You know, the fighting is like that.
Oh, right.
Yeah, by the end of the demo, like if you find the secret stuff, you know.
Yeah.
And it's so cool, and like the kind of big move you unlock when you get all the special items.
Yeah.
It's the coolest thing. I really can't wait for Final Fantasy 15. I think it's going to be really good.
Is it this year it's coming out? I think they've said I don't think they've said otherwise.
I don't think it's going to come out till next year. I think
really?
I think it's next Christmas is what I think it's going to be.
Next Christmas, fuck.
I also bought some games in Japan.
What'd you buy?
So I bought Taiko no Tatsujin, the drumming game.
Yeah.
Because I played a lot of that in the arcades and it's amazing.
What console did you get that on?
PS2. But this doesn't work. It's scratched.
What?
I know it's scratched.
That's quite uncommon.
I know it is uncommon.
Second-hand goods.
I also bought, and the rest of the guys will slag me off for this, I bought at least 3 really cheap Japanese drifting games just because you know I'm addicted to them.
So you do it. What console? All PS2?
All PS2. So.
Did they work?
Yeah.
And
there's one called Drift Champ, which is like a half JRPG sort of love simulator,
nice,
and half drifting game. Obviously, I don't understand a word of the story mode in it.
Outrun to its logical conclusion.
Yeah, I don't understand any of the story part of it.
Yeah,
but it seems to be quite intricate. There's a lot of characters in it.
Yeah,
but the drifting in it is wildly unrealistic, and that makes it fantastic.
Has anyone shagged a motor yet?
No, nobody shagged a motor.
With Terreno?
It's not like a sex thing. It's not. Actually, this is another funny. It's like there's once I forget where we were, but Barry from One More Go and Game Wank, we were walking past a poster. And you know how like there's a lot of young girls in anime, and I was like, oh, that's a bit weird, isn't it? And Barry's like, it's moe. It's not about sex, it's about love. It's so funny.
Oh, good.
Anyway.
Oh, good.
Yeah. So.
Right. I think it's time we moved on.
Yeah, I think
it's time we moved on. So up first we're going to have the return of 5 Minutes in Heaven with my wee Joe. So here we are. It's 5 Minutes in Heaven with the beautiful Joe. Now, this week we're going to be playing something a wee bit different. This is actually going to be our first game on a Mac.
Is that because you just bought a brand new Mac?
Yeah, fuck it. Yeah, why not? So we're going to be playing Sims 2.
So, guy, I'm so happy you've joined the Mac
I know,
Club, by the way.
I feel disgusted. My dad won't even talk to me anymore. So we've got my wee MacBook Pro set up, and we've got Titan Souls on the go. You might have heard it from its amazing music, and it is, I will say this before, it's got some of the best music in any game.
Really? That's quite a high. That's high praise.
It's stupendous.
That's high praise.
Stupendous. Right, so are you ready, Joe?
Right, let's go for it.
5 minutes has begun.
Right, okay. It's a kind of top-down, pixely adventure game, bit Zelda style. Right, so I've got an arrow which I can pick up or summon back to me.
Yep.
And I've got a dodge move which I can use with X.
And you can run by holding down X as well.
Right, I've just opened up a door.
So the game is just boss fights. There's no regular enemies. Every enemy is a boss.
Is there puzzles and stuff in it as well, or is it just...
Well, sometimes how you defeat the bosses is like a puzzle.
Oh, what is it? Oh, it's a big blob, and it's got something inside it. I think I've got to shoot the thing inside it. Yeah, okay, so... every time I shoot the blob, it splits into two. Right,
and it's one hit kill as well. If you get hit once, you don't.
I've heard. Okay.
Now, to say, Joe's playing this with the DualShock pad rather than the keyboard.
Yeah.
Which is actually recommended when you load up the game. It does say it's actually better to play with a... and Joe's first death. A big bubble.
What's quite good there is to summon back your arrow, you have to stand still. A wee bit of risk reward there.
You can't, like... you can't kind of run about and summon it. Now there's 3 doors here, so you can try.
Oh, there's a different
There's 3
bosses.
different bosses in this
Right,
bit
okay.
you can try.
So it's not just like you're funneling you along one boss after another. Then
No, you can. There is quite a lot of, like, if you get really stuck at one boss, you can be like, right, I'll go try something else. And I've found quite a few actually, like, at the point I'm at in the game, found a few kind of hidden areas with bosses that I don't think are, like, you have to complete to move the story ahead. So it's quite cool.
Right,
Some
so
of these boss designs are
you
amazing.
can pick up your arrow by just running over it as well, which is quite
Yeah.
handy. That's quite good. Right, so I've split them into 2. So I think I just want to hit the one that's got the bit inside it, don't I?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the...
Now,
Oh, I've missed my arrow. Right, there we go, got it. This is it's quite nice looking, actually. I like. You know, it's funny, people have got tired of the whole pixel art thing now, but I still think there's a place for it. I think it looks really...
definitely, I think there's definitely a place
there's more
for it.
blobs chasing me now.
Now, I think if you go in its wee green
Yeah,
it slows you down,
I get caught.
but if it lands on you, it kills you.
That's quite intricate. Right, can he kind of get absorbed back into these balls?
No, not as far as I'm aware.
Oh, you see, that's him out, that's him out.
Okay, so
No.
Joe could potentially be close to killing his first boss.
Yeah. Ah, missed.
By a mile.
Oh, and I've been hit by the goo. Oh, right, oh, okay. Pick up the arrow,
Right, remember you can summon the arrow as well.
Yeah, I know, but I feel like standing still's not wise, so...
Oh, Joe's close to it. So what does the boss look
Ah!
like?
It's like a big pulsating heart, just... Oh!
Second
hit
death.
by-
Are you going to
That's-
try a different boss?
I might try a different boss, yeah, just to see, get a bit of variety in this 5 minutes.
It's 5 minutes.
That's quite cool.
It's nice.
That does remind me of a Zelda boss, that one.
Yeah.
Kind of chess theme going on here. Okay, so what happened there was a big sort of monolith thing, and I thought, let's shoot it with my arrow to activate it. And I was standing right in front of it, so as soon as I activated it,
Just
just
killed you.
splatted me in the floor.
Immediately. I think I've done that before. with
Let's try that one again.
It definitely. Do you feel the Shadow of the Colossus vibe?
I do, yeah.
I mean,
it's-
I suppose any game that only had bosses you could fight.
Yeah, you could
will
do
be
it.
compatible.
Right, okay, don't
don't
make
go
the
right
same
up next to
thing.
it, right?
Oh, right, this guy's...
See if you can figure out what his weak spot is.
Oh, is it the big guy that just fried me with his laser?
Yes. What I love about the majority of the bosses is, like, see, once you figure out their pattern, you can defeat the majority of them really, really quickly.
Yeah, I had...
Like, it does take seconds.
Here we go into another door. I want to try something different. Because I'm
Music as well, isn't the music good?
That's quite nice, yeah. Oh, okay,
So I've got the special edition, so I've got the music.
Okay, so it's a big brain inside an ice cube.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Oh, there we go. So, how many bosses have just killed you in the first second
that's
of a fight?
two that have killed me in the first second. Yeah, I'm going to try
You're
the
gonna
first boss again.
Try it. I think you've got about, let's see, you've got 43 seconds.
Right, well, let's do this. 43
Come
seconds.
on,
I
can you
do it.
defeat a boss?
Yeah.
Can you do
Come
it?
on. Okay, I missed
Alright.
it. Right, okay.
Right, so.
I've got to say, aiming's actually quite difficult in this. Like, it's not... Oh, what?
Oh.
I kind of...
Are we going to run out of time where
I
we
kind of
fight
do
this
wish there
boss?
was a Zelda style, like just. Oh, I actually hit. You can hit with your
I
arrow when
think
you're
with
summoning
this
it
enemy
back.
you
That's
can
good.
on the way back. Oh.
I've got caught in the goo. It's not quite hit me yet though.
Oh.
This is so hard. Oh no! Oh, dead.
Ah, well. Dead anyway.
Ah,
Dead anyway.
that game's good. Like,
you like
it's
it?
really good. You know what's nice about the whole pixel art thing? Because obviously, the pixel art, the idea is that you've got big blocks, but
Yeah.
when you've got a nice sharp display, there's something really nice about those nice clean lines you get from a. You know,
Yeah.
it's really nice. I like it.
What I like about it, as you kind of explore the game as well, there's lots of different environments that you go through, and bosses kind of themed a wee bit towards the environments. Things like one of my favourite bosses so far is just a Yeti whose weak spot is its bum. It just has this perfectly peachy bum, but it's got like really difficult attacks you've got to dodge, and then you hit it in the bum.
Aye.
So, but there's quite a few. Like there's loads of them that are just like once you figure out the quirk, you can kill them really quickly.
Yeah.
But it's sometimes getting to that point, like the big cube boss. Once I got it, I went in and killed it within 10 seconds. I just got it immediately.
Cool.
And there's other bosses like that. But
I really
sometimes
wa-
it takes you maybe 10 times to get to that point where you're, oh, wait a minute, there's the weakness in its pattern.
I may have to pick that up.
So,
That said, I also do feel like playing Shadow of the Colossus now. So
yeah, it does. I mean, I think it's silly to say it doesn't owe something
Yeah.
to that, but then probably any game where all you do is fight bosses
Yeah.
would probably have a similar
yeah.
thing.
But it's got a similar aesthetic to it as well. The sort
Yeah.
of old temples and all that.
And very little in the way of actual story. Like, it doesn't give you a big, like, cutscene.
Although, well, Shadow Colossus does have a cutscene at the beginning, but it doesn't have very many.
Yeah, but it doesn't really give you much in the way of, like, this is what you've got, this is what's happening. So
cool.
What would you say? So, games we've played this year, we've had Gunman Clive 2.
It's better than that. We've had... I think it's better than Ollie Ollie as well, actually.
Ollie Ollie?
Yeah.
And...
Well, Richie played Final Fantasy 15.
Richie played Final Fantasy. I can't remember.
I think my experience of that was better than Richie's experience of... It's better than Valiant Hearts.
Is it? So is Titan Souls the one to beat then? Is Titan
That's
Souls
the one to beat so far, yeah.
King
if I had played Final Fantasy 15 though, it would be the one to beat.
Yeah.
But as it is,
Titan
I think that's
Souls,
the one
there we
to
go.
beat.
So you heard it here first. Titan Souls, currently Joe's 5 minutes game of the year. As you know about Socket, we're big fans of certain games. Name a couple of those games we're big fans of, Joe.
Yakuza. Mm-hmm. Metal Gear Solid.
Stop now. So Metal Gear Solid is one of the games we are a massive fan of.
Right, so this isn't just about Metal Gear Solid.
Yes, well,
okay.
And Joe, can you tell me, in terms of who created Metal Gear Solid, run through a few of the names that created Metal Gear Solid.
Hideo Kojima.
Stop now. So Hideo Kojima is someone we're both a big fan of.
Yeah.
And recently, obviously, there's been a lot of talk about Hideo Kojima. We're going to talk a bit more about that later on.
Yep.
But up first, I've got a feature about Senpai.
Senpai, oh no.
This is Hideo or Hidino Kojima.
Oh
okay.
God, right.
I've got 6 quotes here.
Right.
Some are from the legend as Hideo Kojima.
Okay.
And some are from Hidino Kojima. And it's your guess. It's your job to guess which ones. Okay.
I like this.
Okay. So I've got 6 of these. Okay. Number 1. The human body is supposed to be 70% water. I consider myself 70% film. Is that from the lips of Hideo Kojima or from the balls of Hideo Kojima?
Right. I know he said something similar to that before. I'm going to say it's Hideo.
It's Hideo.
Hey!
Legit.
Yeah, that's
okay.
Hideo. 70%.
Okay.
Films.
Number 2. I see a lot of my mother in Big Boss. She was a powerful woman with a strong sense of right and wrong. She also wore an eye patch.
I don't know.
Hideo, correct. See if I hadn't said the eye patch thing, would have thrown you.
It was the eye patch.
Cool.
It was the eye patch.
Number 3. I've never really enjoyed the playable parts of my games. I live for the cinemas. I love putting the controller down and getting comfortable, ready to watch an hour-long cinema.
Hideo.
Correct.
Hey, because he would never say that.
I've made this
too easy. He would never ever say that.
I've made this too easy. Okay. Game creation keeps on expanding, just like the universe. That's why I keep making games.
That's definitely Hideo. I've heard that before.
Yeah, I've made this way too easy.
Yeah, have you?
I've made this way too easy. This 4th...
It was the eye patch.
I know it was. This 4th is going to be the final one for me and Shinkawa. There are other things we want to create.
Oh, that's Hideo, because he said that.
Yes.
Hey.
5 out of 5. Okay, the last one.
But
right?
the thing is, the reason I know that is because every fucking Metal Gear Solid game since 2, he said that. He said, "Oh, this is the last one."
This is the last one. He probably said it after he made Metal Gear.
I know.
So never bothered Mars again.
He went halfway through Metal Gear.
Last one, and what is essentially the shortest feature we've ever done. Number 6. I love sausages.
How do you know? Because it was a farewell sausage.
That's true.
It was a farewell sausage. Yeah.
So there we go. So you really do know your Hideo.
I do know my Hideo.
And you know your Hideo.
I know my Hideo. I do.
That's it. That's
I bottomed you. I wasn't even sitting at the bottom and I bottomed you.
I was going to say that.
I wasn't even shotgun top 5 and I shotgunned you. Well done.
Well, thanks. Well,
actually, I feel quite good about myself. I feel quite like, yeah, I'm a good fan.
I'm a good father.
I'm a good father of Hideo. Wee Hideo. I'm going to go home to him. Give him a wee farewell sausage.
But deflated after that?
I know. Oh, I don't feel bad.
No.
It's fine. You know, it's just
going to sit and drink my peppermint.
Come across the massive wit. No, sorry, not wit.
Half-wit.
Encyclopedic knowledge of me. What?
End this now.
Well, I've been away for a while, so when I come back I like to slip into some old features like a well-fitting glove, and this is Shotgun Top 5. Do you want to go first or shall I? Right, go
Top 5 celebrities you'd like to see in video games.
Oh, okay. I suppose this is inspired by the fact that Kiefer Sutherland is Snake then?
It's just inspired by, that's the first thing I thought of.
Celebrities I'd like to see in games.
So, they can't have been in a game before.
Noel Edmonds.
Okay.
Has he been in a game before?
I believe there is a Deal or No Deal game.
Oh, right, okay. No, we'll scrap that then.
Jasper Carrot.
Jasper Carrot. I would like Jasper Carrot to be Ganondorf.
It's been a fucking golden Jasper Carrot's golden balls on the Wii.
Is there a golden balls? Fucking hell. Jerry McKyle.
Have you not played
The Jerry McKyle game.
Jerry McKyle's Mad Dash?
Is there a Jerry McKyle game?
Jerry McKyle's Mad Dash?
No, there's
Came
not.
out of the 3DS.
No, there's not.
It's great, I've got it.
There's not.
No, there's not.
No, there's
okay,
not.
so you want a Jerry McKyle game?
I'd like a Jerry McKyle game. I think that'd be quite funny.
What would you do in it?
Well, you'd have to like ruin people's lives. Like
Alright,
so,
cool.
yeah.
Right.
So like people will come on, and you would exploit the fact that they're working class and they've got not much going on in their lives, and then
So is that a good game?
no, it's it's a horrible game. It's a bit like Papers, Please, and it makes you feel horrible about yourself as a person.
Yeah.
As you play it.
Do you think in that game you should play as the producer?
Yes,
Oh,
definitely.
that'd be good. Like
Yeah,
people are coming
plays
in
the producer
submitting like what's wrong, and you've got to try and find ways to make it worse.
like fudge DNA result. Like
Oh, that's really good. Actually, we shouldn't have. That,
I know.
that will literally be the indie darling of 2016, and we'll be like, fuck.
lie detector. Like you actually lie about a lie detector. Anyway, yeah. So
That's good,
what makes better telly?
Right. Okay.
So a Jerry McKyle game, that'd be
Right,
good.
okay.
So I'm thinking like sort of middle of the road British celebrities rather than like sort of
course
world
you would.
renowned. Let's think Rapsy Nesbitt.
Nice.
A Rapsy Nesbitt game.
What would it be like?
Cool. It'd be a bit like Yakuza.
Bit like you could seen it.
Rapsy Nesbitt.
Okay, I could play that.
Yeah, wonder about Glasgow and sort of instead of fighting, it's just more pathetic than that.
Yeah.
Trying to think what else. I'm not sure. You stumped me because I don't know. Like
I don't know any celebrities.
I do know. So I just don't because most of the ones I think they've actually been involved with games, like all these action games and stuff like that. They all tend to have like movie games and stuff.
Yeah.
Fucking Kevin Spacey's been in a game recently. Let's have a think. Actually, fuck it. Right, I would like a Die Hard game to actually have Bruce Willis in it because the last Die Hard game that I remember, Die Hard Vendetta for the GameCube.
Yeah.
It wasn't Bruce Willis.
Who was it?
It was just
Willem
like
Dafoe.
an old. It was just like it was like whenever Tom Cruise, whenever there's a Mission Impossible game, or whatever.
Yeah.
It's not actually Tom Cruise's face.
That's a good point. And same with the Minority Report.
Minority Report and all that. In fact, he made him blonde in Minority Report.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, there we go. Are you going to have Tom Cruise then?
I will have Tom Cruise. Hey, Tom Cruise, fucking man
I'll
up.
have him.
Allow your face to be used in a game, right? Because this is.
Yeah.
What? I like
What's the
Tom
Scientologist
Cruise.
thing?
I like Tom Cruise.
Scientologists aren't allowed to have their faces in video games.
Is that an actual thing written into doctrine?
Yeah, I've not read
Scientologist
that.
doctrine.
There's a whole book about it.
Right, there we go. So, Tom Cruise, make the
Yeah.
games better by letting your face in them. There we go. That'll make the face. The
When
games
was the
better.
last time? I
Right.
mean, do you think they're ever going to release another game based on a Tom Cruise
Aye,
film?
yeah. Isn't the Mission Impossible film coming out?
I don't think they've done a Mission Impossible game for
Aye,
quite
but
a
they
while.
could. They could. Like, they could.
They could.
They could.
Alright, okay.
There we go. Tom Cruise.
When they bring out an iOS Mission Impossible game,
Aye.
Tom Cruise's face can be on that.
Tom Cruise will come up saying, "Would you like to buy some gems?"
Tom Cruise. Mission Impossible Temple Dash.
Oh,
Do folks still play that? Remember that was
Temple
like,
Run.
Temple Run.
I think they do. Temple Run's good.
You should just bring out Temple Run for every single
Yeah.
thing.
That's like I've got no snobbery when it comes to like, endless run. Temple Run's a good endless
That's really
runner.
good fun.
It's good fun. Apart from all the, would you like to buy more gems? It's like, no. I'm only playing this because I'm waiting on the Chinese.
I'm maxed out with gems.
I'm full of gems.
I'm full of them.
Right, John Goodman as Wario.
Nice. You came straight out of that. That's
Yeah,
good.
John Goodman as Wario. I think that would work well.
Do you know how I think John Goodman would be better as?
Who?
King Dedede.
Aye.
Big fat belly.
In fact, there we go. A Smash Brothers style game,
Right.
but with like
John Goodman.
fucking just John Goodman, just loads of celebrities, like
Yeah.
the entire cast of like every sitcom, just like punching
I
each other.
genuinely thought the entire cast of Cheers.
Actually, the entire cast of Cheers, Woody Harrelson. I thought actually, right, taking Woody Harrelson there, right, a True
Right.
Detective game with Woody Harrelson and
Okay, Matthew McConaughey.
Matthew McConaughey in it, right?
Right, okay.
You can do a little bit of philandering and womanising as Woody Harrelson,
Yeah.
and then you can actually go and do some detective work as Matthew McConaughey.
Nice. I'm sure that's probably. Is that not pretty much Heavy Rain?
Aye, a wee bit
So
actually.
Heavy Rain.
Aye.
A Heavy Rain DLC pack.
Aye. Yeah.
There we go. So I think you've pretty much done it.
Yeah. there
We'll
we
give
go.
you that.
Yeah.
We'll give you that.
Sorry about how tortured that was there.
That's okay. There's been a lot of editing.
Your face just. This is a romantic one. Because I'm about to get married, and you've just got married recently, right?
Okay.
Top 5 video game couples.
Top 5 video game couples?
Yeah.
Right, okay.
Your favourite video game couples.
Favourite video game couple?
Number 1, Mario and Luigi.
Do you know what? We'll keep incestuous ones out.
Yes.
Keep incestuous ones out of this. For once.
That limits the.
I suppose Link and Zelda don't count. They're never a couple.
They are in Skyward Sword. I'll give you that.
Nice.
Yeah.
Thank you.
There you go.
So Skyward Sword,
Yeah.
Link and Zelda. Right, does it have to be romantic?
It can.
Can it be like a father-daughter relationship?
No, it has to be romantic. That's.
Alright.
It has to be a. Aye.
Yeah, but you're like that.
I'm about to get married, so let's talk about fathers and daughters. Like,
I don't know
what?
You might have a daughter one day.
Yeah, but. What?
Right, okay.
Romantic couples.
Right, romantic couples.
Yeah.
Romantic couples.
I forgot you only. You sounded just like a ship.
A ship in the night. Who's that old steamer?
Come on.
Right, so.
Snake and Ocon.
Right. Right, okay, well. Can I say my main character in Persona 4 and every woman in that game? That's pretty much what happened.
Yeah.
I
Did
think,
I not come back to haunt you
yeah, pretty much.
on Valentine's Day?
I think I'm trying to remember which one that I thought actually made the most sense. I think it was maybe, how do you pronounce it? Is it Rise?
Oh, Rize, yeah.
Yeah, I think that was the one that I was kind of like, I think that's the one I should have gone out with.
Right.
So I'm going to say my main character, Hero, as he's called in other Persona.
So
out
you,
with Persona 4.
you and Rize.
Me and Rise.
You and your waifu.
Me and my wife. It's a good relationship.
Okay, you and Rize, okay.
Right, okay. Cloud and Tifa, so there we go.
I would go, I
go
would go for Tifa too.
Well, mainly because one of them's dead.
Ah,
like,
yeah,
it'd be
no,
weird if
that's
like I'm going to date this one and she's got a big fucking hole in her where Sephiroth Sephiroth
Stabs her.
stabs her. Imagine going through the whole thing in great detail. Oh, but spoilers. Spoilers for a game that's older than fucking most of the folk alive. Kazuma Kiryu and the woman that he meets in Burger King.
Yeah.
And then the woman he meets in Pizza Hut.
The
woman he meets in McDonald's. The woman he meets in KFC. The woman he meets walking about town. The woman he meets at the karaoke.
So you're saying Kazuma and all the women in Japan?
Right. See the worst thing about the Yakuza games, right?
Right, go on.
Sometimes
Yeah.
I think its portrayal of human adult relationships isn't very accurate. Because Kazuma Kiryu meets a lot of women, just like pretty much the story, the way he meets women. It was mostly in Yakuza 3. Meets a woman at like the burger shop.
Aye, right,
They have a burger.
There's a reason they're hanging about at the burger shop though.
Aye.
Aye. Because they cut out like how you actually meet them at hostess bars.
The way it works in the West, pretty much, you meet a woman at the Burger King, you buy her a Whopper, and then you give her your number, you arrange to meet somewhere, you go to like the karaoke or the bowling,
Yeah.
and that's what goes well. Then you arrange to meet her again, and then the third time, an ex-boyfriend will appear. Her bag will get snatched, her dog will get snatched, something will get snatched, you will beat someone up in front of her, then you sleep with her. Then the next day she sends you a picture message of her like lounging, wearing clothes, with like lots of hearts around it, and then you never hear from her ever again.
Oh no, you can call them back on dates.
Can you?
Yeah. If you
Alright, so that was me then.
Yeah.
That was my.
Oh,
that
so
was,
you're the one. You're
God,
the, aye.
I'm the one ruining
If
Kazuma's.
you can go in, you go karaoke, you go for a drink, go snooker, darts, anything like that. Any activity.
Darts.
You can give a call. You can call one of your girlfriends
Yeah, I
to
didn't
come
know
and
you
play
could
with
do
you. Yeah.
I didn't know you could.
You don't know that. You can
No.
go on dates anytime.
So
innit?
pretty much,
You're the one that's been a dick.
I'm the monster.
Yeah, you're the monster, not the game.
Oh well. It's really opened my eyes.
All right, but there we go. Kazuma Kiryu and his many women.
Kazuma Kiryu's married. Right, so I've got one more.
Yeah.
Right, Bowser and Princess Peach.
Because you know they have.
Where did Bowser's wings come from?
Yeah, I know. Aye. And he does say that Peach is.
Their mum.
Yeah.
I think, let's be honest, right? We found out not too long ago when you did your Donkey Kong Is It Canon
Yeah.
that Mario is pretty much the villain.
Yeah, he is. He is.
So, could have interpreted that all the Mario games are from Mario's perspective, where he believes that Bowser shouldn't be
Yeah,
with
and
a
he's just
human
going,
woman. Is there a
smashing
good
her
chance
back.
that possibly Mario's racist?
Yeah. Well. Aye.
Just saying.
Yeah.
Just saying.
He's just an angry wee man.
Because do you ever see Princess Peach do any real affection towards Mario, realistically?
Yeah, she always says she's going to bake a cake, but you never really.
But, I mean, my gran bakes me a cake. My gran doesn't climb into the marital bed with me.
Chappelle, no.
Just saying. So there we go. That's my 5. Don't ask me to put them in order because I can't remember any of them.
Right, okay.
That's the game over.
Shotgun.
Shotgun. I think we need to take this feature outside and fucking shotgun it. Break it down for glue.
Oh, God. You know what it's time for, Scott?
What's the time for, Joe?
Is it canon?
That
feature we've been doing.
About Mega Man?
Okay, so is it canon? For those who don't know, we go through some old video game series and try to decipher what is the wheat and what is the chaff. So I'm going to talk about a video game series, give Scott 5 questions, and he's got to work out if it's canon or not.
Okay.
Now the rules are, if it's been on any officially licensed thing, could be a fucking dog bowl. If it depicts something happening, then it's canon. There we go.
A dog bowl?
You know, a dog food bowl, sort of thing.
Do you get a lot of those video game themed dog bowls?
You could. I'm just saying, that's it. It doesn't matter how outlandish the thing is.
Right,
if it's been officially licensed by then it is.
You're going to have down Pets at Home later.
So we're going to talk about an old fighting game series.
Oh.
One of mine and Scott's favourite ones.
No.
Virtua Fighter. Is it canon?
Good.
Now Virtua Fighter, obviously, it's the king of fighting games. Would you agree with that?
King of 3D fighting games.
Yeah, definitely. I'd say it's the king, but okay. So, ready for this? Mm-hmm. Okay, you all ready for this? Okay, Taka Arashi, a sumo wrestler, was banished from the world of sumo wrestling because his sumo slaps were too violent and brutal. Is it canon?
That's not canon.
You're right, it's not canon.
Yes!
He wasn't banished, but he was known for being too violent. He was known for being too violent and brutal. So he left the world of sumo himself.
Oh wow!
To go into fighting tournaments. Okay, number 2, Dural, the last boss.
Yeah.
The naked, sexy chrome baddie in the Virtua Fighter series that looks a bit like the T1000.
Yeah.
Is Kage the ninja's mum?
Yes.
You're right.
Is it?
Yep. Kage's mum gets kidnapped by the evil Judgment 6 Corporation, who's the big baddies of the series, and they sort of cybernetically infuse her with stuff, and then she comes back and kills Kage's dad in a village.
Do you know, I don't know if I've really played Virtua Fighter 1, but I've played like 2, 3, 4, 5, the final countdown. I could have told you any story elements.
Yeah, no, there's no story in the games themselves. It's all just like
in the manual,
the stuff surrounding the games.
Right.
Yeah, it's really weird. It's really, really weird. Shun-Di has killed a man.
Oh, I can believe that. Yeah,
Shun-Di.
Shun-Di's the drunken master, isn't it?
Is it canon? Shun-Di has killed a man.
Yes.
No, it's not canon.
Really?
It's not canon. But Go, Jean, Dural, and Vanessa almost definitely have.
They're almost definitely.
They almost definitely have, yeah. Because they're all like assassins and stuff.
All right.
Like, they almost definitely have.
Yeah.
Okay. You might not seem it, but Akira, the main character, likes eating food and being lazy, and often clumsily gets himself into trouble with women, getting beaten up by Pai-chan after kissing her and accidentally groping Sarah Bryant's breasts. Is it canon?
Canon.
It's true, it's canon.
Yes!
That's in the anime. In the Virtua Fighter anime series, Akira's like this lazy glutton who just like stumbles into women and stuff.
It's funny though, because every fighting game, say, like for example, Ryu and Ken, you say, well, Ryu is the main character.
Yeah.
You say he's the poster boy for Street Fighter.
Yeah.
And he's a good character to go for new people because he's quite straightforward.
Yeah, it's quite easy.
I'd say maybe in Tekken, probably like the
Kazuya and like Jin and all that. They're
quite
easy
straightforward.
Yeah.
Whereas Virtua Fighter has Akira, who is the most fucking difficult character
He really
to go
is.
because he's quite slow.
Yeah.
When you know his moveset, he's really strong.
Yeah.
But there's way better characters. But he's
really hard to string a combo together with. And even when they put him in Dead or Alive, like he still is difficult because it's the same controls.
It's because he does have a passing resemblance to Ryu.
Do you think
that's it though? Because they're both wearing like a white gi.
Well, that's the thing. He's meant to be. No, Ryu. You mean? Oh yeah.
I know fucking. Yeah. No, sorry.
Yeah. I thought you meant Rio from Shenmue there, but that's why he's. I think that's
really?
Why
Do you think that's a weekend? Oh, that's confusing.
Maybe. I don't know. I like how technically difficult it is.
Yeah.
I can't go on, but he's too hard. Okay, last one.
Right.
How many? You've got 3 out of 4 so far?
Yep, 3 out of 4.
Last one. Jeffrey McWild.
Oh, yes.
Jeffrey McWild is an Aboriginal fisherman. He enters a fighting tournament to get the cars to afford a sonar for his boat so he can hunt the only opponent to best him in combat, the 8-metre long man-eating Satan shark. Is it canon?
No, it's not canon.
It's canon.
Is that canon?
That's canon.
Is this the first one where the majority of the questions the answers were canon?
Yeah. Jeffrey McWild is an Aboriginal fisherman. I know. Like, and he's, yeah.
How did that?
Yeah.
Does Jeffrey Wild have his own island?
He's got his own island, he's got his own boat, but he doesn't have a sonar for his boat, so that's why he enters
What
the
is it in
tournament.
fighting games where people own their own island?
Yeah, it's...
Because Thingy's got his own, like, Dead or Alive.
Zach's
Zach's got his own island as well.
yeah.
In fact, is that not where, like, Dead or Alive Extreme Beach Volleyball or something takes place or something?
He tricks the girls of Dead or Alive into coming to his island.
Aye, how do folk in fighting games own islands?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how they do it. I don't know how Jeffrey Wild owns his own island but doesn't own a fucking radar for his boat.
I think you could sell some land on the island to get the sonar.
Aye. But
There's
there we go.
easier ways. I think what we found out there is there's way easier ways to get a better boat for entering a fighting competition.
Yeah, so there we go. That's Virtua Fighter as it can.
Oh,
well
well,
done. 4 out of 5.
3
3 out of 5, sorry.
Oh, well, I can live with that.
Yeah.
I can live with that. It's no Hideo and Hidino Kojima.
Well done.
So now it's time to end the podcast in time-honoured tradition with Say Your Bit.
Hey, it's stuck.
It has stuck like a plaster to a wound. Okay, so this week we asked, what's next for big Hideo Kojima?
Now, we'll be the first to admit, we did not expect this to get quite as big a reaction from you.
No.
We thought, about 2 or 3 people getting back to us. Quite a lot is get back to us, so we're not going to get through everything that you have said in this podcast.
But thank you all for
but thank you, and it was nice reading them all. And obviously, if you want to see what they said, you can go on our Facebook and Twitter to see.
Oh, that was so fucking smooth.
That was seamless. Okay, let's Facebook first. Facebook first?
Yep.
Yeah, okay. Scott Wright. Hideo Kojima opens an indie studio, makes some decent games that don't live up to the hype, leaves the indie studio and tries his hand at making animated films similar to Ghost in the Shell, again, which are liked by many but don't live up to the hype. I think, basically, he's just saying that Hideo Kojima, no matter what he does, isn't going to live up to the hype.
I don't know. I think Hideo Kojima has mostly proven that for the most part he can live up to the hype, but I don't know if there would be as much hype around him without Metal Gear. I think Metal Gear's the one thing that's kept him as relevant, because think about it, Zone of the Enders didn't make it like, Hideo Kojima has his fingers in many pies.
Boktai. Scott Wright ends saying he grows tired of this world and transforms into a Metal Gear and leaves for good.
I can see that happen.
Yeah. Rich Parsnip develops the technology to transfer his consciousness inside random body parts.
Nice.
I live on in this arm.
Nice.
Yeah. Harrison Hunt. I imagine big Hideo Kojima will continue to multiply his army of lesser Hideo Kojimas and, in turn, the sub-Kojimas. Though, when the numbers are strong enough, they'll launch their spacecraft and set course for Jupiter to kill the Moongies. The almighty enlightened demigod living at the planet's core. I think you're talking pish.
I think that could be a reference to something we just don't know.
Laura Hobson, opening his own sushi restaurant where he can eat sushi and post pictures of what he's eaten to his heart's content.
I'd love that.
That sounds very likely, to be honest.
What do you think he'd call it? Hideos. Wait, do you think he could call... I don't know. Do you think he call it sushis? You know, like paninis?
Yeah.
Sushis.
Have we talked about paninis in the whole podcast before?
Paninis, which has the odd
bit apostrophe. It's like, is it a misspelling or is the guy called Panini? I don't know. I want to go in and ask, like, is your name Panini?
There's himself. Oh, Panini behind the bar. Have a panini. What?
I've
never heard that before.
Yeah.
Puts his hand in the deep fat.
Right, I'm going to have to apologise to Thomas Garral Jameson, because basically it's a very long entry, and it's so long in fact that it would take up the entire podcast to say. However, thanks very much for your contribution. It's a bit basically it's a whole entire sort of chronology up to the year 2026. So it involves Sega and Nintendo and all that. So
we've got an answer here from Nostradamus.
Yeah, I'm very sorry, but Craig Wilson. Hideo will sit in a cardboard box and draw boobies and giggle to himself. The cardboard box is at the top of a giant pile of money. Yeah, that's about
that's how
right.
we want to go, isn't it?
Yeah. Mark Craig, he exclusively makes Cooking Mama games. They revolutionise video games. I'd like to see a Cooking Mama game directed by Hideo Kojima, actually.
A lot of cutscenes.
Aye. Mark Fletcher, Kojima takes a job at Zynga, starts working on Metal Gearville.
Oh, you would play it.
I would fucking play that, Metal Gearville. Yeah, I'd like this one to that. Mark J. Patterson says he joins BitSocket as BitSocket Hideo and reviews purely free-to-play games.
I could live with that.
Aye, I'd let him in.
Alright. Oh, you had to think about that, though.
And Stuart Fraser, professional sausage photographer. I didn't know that was such a thing. Imagine that was that's all the Facebook ones there. Well, most of them anyway. Sorry, I didn't read.
But remember, you can read all of the answers we've had by following us on Twitter and Facebook.
Right, go on, Twitter.
Okay, so Twitter, up first, Ben Syme. I assume he's replacing Joe this show, even though he's back. Talent exchange.
I think it's a wee bit one-sided, that. Imagine me going taking over Metal Gear for a day.
Hell.
Even a day of doing it.
It's boring Metal Gear. Cal Magnew, not Silent Hill it seems. Maybe he'll make his own horror game just to show Konami what they're missing out on.
It's a real shame that I was looking forward to that Silent Hill game.
Well, they've not said anything.
I know they've not said it either way, but
unlikely.
I know.
But then I think it will continue because PT was quite a big,
Yeah.
folk really enjoyed that, and it was. I mean, obviously it wasn't a big seller because it was free, but
you know, I feel sorry for it. All this.
who?
Guillermo del Toro. That's like 3 times he tried to make a game, and it's just like
Maybe it's him.
It's never going to work out
We
for
should be
him.
blaming Guillermo del Toro.
Maybe we
he's the
should.
one whispering in Hideo Kojima's ear.
Aye.
Gollum like.
Aye, come with me. Leave the world of games.
Rich Stanton, he says the officially licensed tie-in game for the new Blade Runner movie. Oh,
That would be pretty good, actually.
that'd be pretty good.
Like, just thinking
think-
about that.
I suppose like making filmic adaptations, like that's probably a lot.
Yeah,
like
but,
tie-in
but
games.
do you think you would go back to the Snatcher style sort of text adventure for that, though?
I think he probably could.
That could be pretty
That'd
good.
be pretty sweet.
Yeah.
See, I've never played those games. Actually, maybe I will.
I love the art in those games. They look really
I've
nice.
never been able to play them. Neil Ross at 87th, he says Mario 128.
Yeah, I've been waiting for that game for ages.
It's still coming.
In fact, we segue. Decided to download Mario 64 from a Wii U. It's just as good as it ever was.
I saw you saying that, and I saw folk attacking you for it.
I know, fucking. What's that all about? One of the best games ever made. Anyway, let's continue.
Right, Graham White. Kojima will be a free man to do whatever he wants after Metal Gear Solid 5. He's a free man. Gordon Freeman. He's working on Half-Life 3.
Yes.
Half-Life 3
Graham
now.
Graham just latches on to anything he can possibly have for
Yeah, he's
any
really
sign that Half-Life 3's coming.
Yeah, he's really
Don't worry, Graham, I believe in you.
Hiriku says Hideo Kojima will work in a burger van down in Barassi. Barassi being a beach near where we were born.
Yeah.
Slippers ex machina is saying baking biscuits and hosting tea parties for his friends. That's nice.
Sounds like nice.
It's quite a nice one. Jim at Let's Hug Bro actually does say now that adventure games are cool again, it'd be nice to see him do a modern one in the vein of Police Knots and Snatcher. So
can we also just mention here that Jim's the reason that Hideo Kojima's leaving?
he actually apologised. I'm really sorry, I wished him to get the sack from Konami, by the way. Any chance you could take that back for me?
It's so funny the timing of that, because Jim tweeted that thing about, Hideo Kojima leaving or whatever, and then after that, that's when it all kicked off. So
Manly J Panda, a student blog and places to be seen around the Glasgow School of Art Viscoms community. Alright. Oddly specific.
I know, it's quite specific.
Kate at Ninja Kate, he's opening a sausage cafe. What sausages with Hideo? He's going to regret that. Hideo Kojima turned up for a job interview at EA and they're like, right, we love everything you've done before, but the sausage thing, what was that all about?
Pulls out a manila envelope inside a picture of a sausage. Can you explain this?
I thought he pulls out a manila envelope, pulls out a sausage. And he tells a sausage it's all greasy. It's like you see the grease through the wrapper. That's so good. Here's one from Adam, a large, well presented but cheap looking hot dog. Nice. God's sake. Skello World said, I hope for a grand new franchise from Hideo Kojima.
A grand new franchise or a brand new franchise?
A grand new franchise from Hideo Kojima. Original and completely fresh. But I'd also love to see him do the next Dynasty Warriors.
That would be pretty cool.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Brett Claxton says what seems to be probably the most realistic one, which is a failed attempt into cinema. We can imagine it, can't we? We can all imagine it. Psych Tyson here saying he does a Shinji Mikami, goes to another publisher and develops a third-person stealth game called Alloy Cog Hard.
Alloy Cog Hard. I can't even say it. Alloy Cog Hard.
Alloy, I can't say it. We found that word. We just, right, we're going to give you £1 million if you can say this word.
Alloy Cog Hard. Oh, did it?
£1 million. Lewis Von Clarkton at Sonic Yoda says revenge. And someone follows up by saying, I think you mean revengeance.
Yeah. Revengeance.
And we've got Jim the Schoolgirl, Kickstarter, a 2.5D Metroidvania with tactical espionage elements. Also boobs.
That's also quite a specific sort of thing there. But yeah, that'd be quite cool. I like 2.5 2.5D Metroidvanias.
I'd do that. Tama Hussein says chicken pot pie.
With sausage in it.
That. Toku Podcast says he's making his own series, Iron Cog Concrete, The Snakening. And as a wee sidebar, listen to the Toku Podcast. It's very good. Joe Screbbles, endless, annualised Zone of the Enders games.
I would like that. I would like one more at least. Yeah.
One more.
Yeah.
Just a few more. Chris Hill sitting in his pants eating pizza, crying over his former glory, telling his dismissive grandkids stories of what used to be. It's quite a sad future there. E Cool says, shower, wank, and asleep. He needs his rest before they get him back for MGS6.
Yeah. They will.
Stephen McLernan says, Metal Gear Solid 6, Solid Snake kart racing. I'd play it.
I'd play that.
And the last one I'm going here with, from Ernest Goth at Anti-Bloom. I reckon he'll end up doing pencil drawings of shoes like a fucking first year pupil. There we go. So Joe, what's next for Hideo Kojima?
I think
it's still yet to be fully confirmed he is leaving Konami.
Here's what I think is going to happen.
Lay it on me.
Right. I think if he is leaving Konami, either EA or Activision or somebody like that will woo him, and he'll end up making games for them, and it'll be the end of the world. That's what I think is going to happen.
I'd like to think the more positive way. I think he'd go to Platinum. I think he'd either be like a Shinji Mikami style, where Shinji Mikami just essentially goes wherever there's a space for what he's pitching. I'd like to imagine, certainly I'd like to see him at Platinum. Yeah. But the thing would be, obviously, like, what kind of game would he make? Would he just branch out? Would he go back to the games obviously he's enjoyed making in the past, like Snatcher and Police Knots or Zone of the Enders, or would it be more action in the vein of Metal Gear? Yeah. Because obviously because they did talk about Zone of the Enders 3, but you get the feeling the reason why, I mean, certainly from the outside, the reason why he's never gone and made other games is because Metal Gear seems to be such a defining part of his time.
It's also, you can bank on it. Like,
exactly, it's a bankable game. I mean, that's it. Yeah. I mean, arguably Metal Gear Solid 4 was not the best Metal, like, you know what I mean? It wasn't as good as, say, 1, 2 or 3. Definitely not. But it still was, but it still sold a lot of copies and things like that. And Metal Gear Solid 5 will do the same. I mean, fucking Ground Zeroes is, I mean, it's amazing. It is essentially a £20 demo. Right, I'm saying it right. I'm saying it right. And I don't think anyone else could have done that. I don't think anyone else has the name and the kind of seal of quality to do that. I mean, you say, Final Fantasy, well, but that's not that. They brought out a game and had a demo with it in the same way that other publishers have done that. Like, you buy Wolfenstein, you'll get in this beta for Doom and stuff like that, right? That's not uncommon. But what they did was essentially they said, right, we're not going to sell a main game plus a demo. You're going to get this. And it's not really a demo. There is a large chunk of the game. You'd say maybe it's a chapter from a game, really. But that's what it was. And it sold on the fact that Metal Gear, Hideo Kojima, all that, right? So, I don't know. I'd like to see him do the Shinji Mikami style thing where he starts going from publisher to publisher just with an amazing idea and hopefully gets it made. Although, you could argue with Shinji Mikami that's not really always worked out in terms of, like, he's never made something as good as Resident Evil 4.
I would say Vanquish is just almost as good.
I'd say almost as good.
I've not played enough of the Evil Within to...
I mean, I'll be honest, me neither, but from what I've heard, it's probably not as good as Resident Evil 4.
I've heard heard some people say it is as good and some people say it's not, so I'd like to play it more.
We'll leave that. So we won't pass judgment on that, certainly. But I'd like to hope he does something. Whether or not he'll ever do anything as good as, say, Metal Gear Solid 1, 2 or 3, that's up for continue. But that's the future, who knows? Maybe he won't. Maybe he'll just decide, right, that's me, I've had
maybe he will become a professional sausage photographer.
Maybe he will become a professional sausage photographer. I think that's going to be enough sausages for this podcast.
Yes.
However, after the podcast. So, Joe, where can people listen?
They can listen to us on iTunes and our website, www.bit-socket.com.
And also on YouTube.
And YouTube as well,
youtube.com/bitsocket, where you can not only listen to the podcast, you can watch 4 years worth of videos as well.
Did you like our Final Fantasy one? How the way it ended up?
Yes, it was quite good.
After basically that day when we went and filmed you hated that.
I hated it.
You hated that. Alison hated that. I kind of hated it a wee bit as well, to be honest. But we managed to salvage victory from the jaws of defeat, and ended up being quite good.
Just about. But you can also remember to subscribe to the podcast and give us a wee rating on iTunes as well. Every rating helps move us up the chart a wee bit, so more folk can see us.
Yes.
More folk can see us, the more powerful we become.
And just, if you think about it really hard, we might just appear.
If you think about me being really hard, I will definitely appear.
Oh, fucking hell. And with that, we'll leave you with that horrible image.
Oh, yeah.
So thanks for listening, and keep it socking.